What's one place that wireless charging is more practical and arguably useful than any other place? In your car, of course. But is it as good in practice as it is in theory? I'm Taylor Martin, this is Pocket Now, and this is our review of the Zens Qi wireless car charger. Wireless charging, a technology many would have loved to see take off, is still in a questionable infancy state, 5 years after first coming to smartphones. Only a small fraction of modern devices ship with wireless charging embedded, and even fewer come with aftermarket options, such as wireless-enabled cases or batteries. And the market is split over a few competing technologies fighting to become the standard. That, however, doesn't stop some manufacturers from continuing to develop neat and useful ways to use wireless charging. Earlier this week, our own Michael Fisher published his review of the Zens Qi wireless portable speaker, an NFC-enabled Bluetooth speaker that charges your phone and lasts through an impressive 8 hours of playback and phone charging. I also reviewed a Qi-enabled case for the iPhone 5 from Zens last year, but the company isn't stopping there. It's tackling an area where Qi has, thus far, been mostly absent, an area where the hassle of wires can be particularly distracting and dangerous, where wireless charging is arguably the most useful and practical: the car. There are some existing aftermarket Qi car chargers, as well as a limited number of cars that roll off the lot with the Qi standard embedded. There are also some DIY methods which may include tearing your head unit out and stuffing a wireless charging plate somewhere in some unused space in your dash. But Zens' method is, quite simply, the most foolproof and practical way to bring Qi into your daily commute. It utilizes the one thing practically every modern car in this world has: cup holders. Aptly named the Qi wireless car charger, the device itself looks more like someone chopped the top half off a travel mug and stuffed some circuitry inside. It's a glossy black cylinder, not much bigger around than your standard biggie size soda, and it's approximately 4 inches tall. The sides are bare and the bottom has a rubber pad for traction, but the top is where all the action happens. There are two labeled LED status lights, one for power and one for charger. There's also a port for power in, 12 volts at 3 amps, and a 2.1 amp USB out for charging phones and tablets. And the large cutout in the middle is where you drop your Qi-enabled phone to charge. Of course, it's directional, so orientation matters. You'll want the phone to face the status LEDs, not the power in. And at least for the Nexus 5, charging happens immediately upon dropping the phone into the slot. There is no hassle with positioning, and that's both a good and bad thing. With a device that fits in the slot and lines up with the coil inside the charger, it's as hassle-free as it gets, vital for in-car charging. However, if the coil doesn't line up, the charger is practically useless for your phone. And there's no easy way to reposition the phone. It either works or it doesn't. Zen says the charger will comfortably hold phones with 5-inch screens or smaller. But in an age where 5-inch phones are the average and 6.3-inch phones are actually a thing, the slot size could be an issue for some. Then again, this design is limited to the size of the standard cup holder, so don't get mad at Zens, get mad at car manufacturers for not making cup holders large enough to hold your big gulp, or your oversized smartphone. That aside, how well does it work? How quickly does it charge? It's exactly what you'd expect from any other wireless charger. The average charge rate we measured with the Nexus 5 was approximately 0.5% every minute, meaning a full charge from a fully depleted battery would theoretically take 3.5 hours. That's approximately half the charge rate of your standard 1 amp wired charger, which charged our Nexus 5 at approximately 1% every minute, or 0% to full in just over an hour and a half. That's the price to pay for the convenience of no wire hassle while driving, and we say it's a pretty fair trade-off. Sacrificing one of our two poorly placed cup holders, on the other hand, is still up for debate. And that's the other thing. This entire concept from Zens breaks depending on where your cup holders are in your car. If a cup holder isn't near the 12-volt socket, you're out of luck. Or in our case, the cup holder actually rests somewhat behind the driver's seat in the center console, making it a bit difficult to comfortably reach. Also, if you happen to stream music from your phone while in the car, you'll have to constantly take the phone off charge, as you can't really interact with the device while it's charging. That, or it will encourage you to keep your eyes on the road and stop fooling with your phone, which we suppose is a good thing. It's just unfortunate so few smartphones support the Qi standard. What happens if your next phone doesn't? What if there are no cases or accessories built for your current phone? You're just out of luck. And with so many what ifs on the table, it will certainly be difficult for most to stomach the $91.69 price tag. Not only are so many other Qi options much cheaper, the size, shape, and design of this particular charger severely limits its flexibility. But if you're behind the Qi movement and want wireless charging in your car, this is certainly one of the coolest in-car gadgets around right now. And so long as your device fits and your cup holders are in a convenient location, it works fantastically well. Whether $92 is offset and justified by the convenience of simply dropping your phone in a cup holder to charge is up to you to decide. We feel it's a little steep, but we won't deny the small amount of satisfaction we get every time we hear that subtle chirp. Folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button below, and of course, subscribe to the channel to see more videos in the future. Also, be sure to check out our other coverage of Zen's new wireless charging products, and as always, follow us in all the usual places, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, at Pocket Now. I'm Taylor Martin. You can find me on Twitter at CasperTech, and I will see you next time.